Yep.
All right, everybody except that I'm recording, say yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, so I don't think we have a slideshow about what's coming up for the week. If we do, I don't have it. So
We do.
you do, Isa? Let me give you host privileges then. Hold on. You did not tell me this. Let me see here. More. Make host. Okay. Isa, your host. Take it away.
All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Can't wait to see those of you that are going to be attending Global. For those of you who are not going to be there live, we're going to be engaging with you through our One Person Big Difference Facebook group, through some lives, and we just want to try to connect our team as much as possible, okay? So we're all excited about that, but we're not going to take too long on announcements, friends. Michelle, thank you. You made me a beautiful PowerPoint, and I kind of spaced on pulling it up, but I'm just going to let everyone know what's going on this week. So Tuesday night, we've got our Flip the Switch with Holly Highfield. She's an Elite Pro 8. Those of you who have met Holly know that she always brings a lot of energy, and they have a great story, she and her husband, Brian. Global Convention, of course, starts this week. And so we've got that on Thursday, and we're going to be there live. Many of us are going to be there live. Many of us are going to be there virtually. Those of you that will be there live, we're going to be having a lunch on Friday for our team where we're going to be recognizing new people. Those of you that are first time attending an event, it's just going to be a lot of fun. And it's always great to hear from our upline and be mentored by them as well as corporate. We've also still got our trip, our incentive points. We're still working towards that trip, although we're going to find out more about that this week at convention. But how exciting, what a month. And we were just talking about Leslie and Bill's rank advancement, but so many of you just showed so much growth. This was so exciting. September was amazing, and I can't wait for October because I know that we're going to be coming back even more fired up. But there's 4 ways that you can earn points for that trip. We need to earn 250 total and be paid as a Premier Pro 4 in the month of June of next year. So we can sell product to a new customer or distributor, sell product to a new customer or distributor in the next calendar month following their enrollment month. So just keeping them on. Increase sales by personally enrolled customers and distributors each month, and then of course attending events. So we're all excited about that. We also want to be striving always for Performance Club, which is 2 new enrollments, customer or distributor, 100 new PV combined. And we are talking a lot in some of our leader threads about front loading the month. And if you haven't heard us talk about that, it means just try and get your 5 for 500 or your Performance Club right away. Try and hit it that first week, Performance Club, and then you're halfway to your 5 for 500. I know personally, Sean said something that really impacted me a couple of weeks ago, which was, 5 for 500 is always part of my goal each month, and making sure that one of those 5 is a distributor. Can you challenge yourself to that? It'll really elevate your conversations, everyone. If that is your focus, you'll be having that business conversation with everyone, and that'll get you a share of the bonus pool. So we are excited about this week. It's going to be a big week, and I'm going to turn it over to Leslie. So excited.
Real quick, Isa, before you do that, can I interrupt?
Please.
Super quick. Because I want to make sure that everybody is aware, and after this is through, I will send it out through Telegram. But FYI, well, convention, number 1, there's just always surprises. And I want to make sure that everybody knows Carrie Dickey is opening convention, Master Pro 10, Executive Master Pro 10, Carrie Dickey. She's closing it. So make sure you guys, you are there on time. You are there present. If you are virtual, you are present. If you are there, you are present. Have your pen, have your paper handy, stay connected with everybody. Carrie Williams is going to be speaking right after Steve Fife. It'll be Carrie Dickey, Steve Fife, CEO, then Carrie, our very own Carrie Williams, you guys. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So I don't know who here is jacked up about convention, but I'm freaking out, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person. We are going to go big. But I also have to just tell you, there are going to be surprises that we don't even know about, and some surprises that we do know about. But there's one surprise that's coming out, you guys. They're going to be having giveaways for purchases of certain stacks. They're going to have new stacks that are going to be for like heart health, immune health. So I just want to tell you real quick, there is a heart health activation stack. I'm going to send these because I don't want to take a bunch of time. But when you purchase that, you're going to get a free fanny pack. There's going to be an activated essential stack, and it's going to come with like this cool pill box kind of thing. Oh, you can't see with my deal, but there's going to be, a well-being essential stack. It's going to have another one of those boxes, a metabolism essential stack. What? And then you get another gift for that. An immune essential stack. Think about sharing this with your people, right? Oh my gosh, you need the immune essential stack. You know those little mixers that you see people using for their Axio or their daily wellness? They're going to give you one of those for buying the immune essential stack. The gut essential stack. They're going to do that as well with one of those. I'm going to buy just so I can get one of those little friends. An energy essential stack has this cool little, I can't show you. I'm going to send it out. It's got another there's cool holder. Awesome. Total Health Activation Stack gets you a free fanny pack and a thing. Anyway, lots of good stuff coming your way. So get excited, get with your people, start letting the world know that you're going to be attending this global convention that is out literally transforming people's health and lives. And I'm going to go on mute and let it go back.
Okay, are you guys ready? We're working on week 10 this week of Cardone, 10X, sorry, I'm brain dead, y'all, 10X week. And after this, we're going to go through this. What I'm going to do is, because I can't really divide these two videos up because the homework kind of butts in at the end. So Isa, I'm going to show both videos, and then I'll butt up the front and you can butt up the back, and then we will do the review of week 9. After this. So if you want to stay on at 9 o'clock, and we'll do the review. So let's share my screen and let's go over here and watch this. All right, can everybody see that? All right, here we go.
Hey,
Can't hear her.
I can't hear you, gorgeous. Can you turn the volume up?
Okay, hold on.
You just can't mute your screen.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not muted. I'm talking. Okay. Can you hear it now?
Nope.
Les, maybe back out and just share audio. When you share screen, just click on that box that says share audio.
The box says share audio. Hold on.
You have to stop share to see that box.
Okay, I got you. I share screen.
Yeah, now do share screen again.
Share sound. I see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Try this again. I was gonna say it's really loud on my end. Okay, let me rewind it. Start up.
What's your game plan, hon?
Wealth, job title, and happiness are some of the most common measurements of success. It's important to measure success the right way because it informs how you spend your time and effort. If you don't measure success in terms of what's truly important to you, you can't work towards getting there. Peter Drucker, one of the great management theorists, stated this idea more succinctly. He said, "You can't manage what you can't measure." We couldn't agree more. It's our belief that measuring your impact on a business and its overall success is a critical component to understanding whether or not you're truly contributing to the business's vision, values, goals, and objectives. We don't mean measuring just the financial bottom line. In fact, we believe in measuring things that are somewhat hard to measure in addition to things that are easy to measure. Things that take intentional focus and critical thinking. Things like personal, professional, and financial goals that lead to freedom and fulfillment. Additionally, we believe in providing performance measurements that provide the overall picture of how you're performing alongside what's possible to achieve. It's not always easy to set up this type of measurement structure, but in life, nothing worth anything comes easy. So if you're wondering how we turned our belief of performance measurement into a reality, I'd like to introduce you to the concept of the magnitude of impact scale, also known as the MOI scale. This scale can be defined as a ranking of the business and all of the elements that drive success within it. It's layered in a way that showcases the impact to the business across a spectrum. This spectrum can vary in its elements, from similar roles doing the same job to very specific jobs that require high attention to detail, or even simple processes that are designed to amplify the overall success of the business. The purpose of this ranked spectrum is to easily identify the top performers, create best practices, and in turn, duplicate them across the organization. It's in this MOI scale where you find your overall performance and can then determine how to increase that impact. The MOI scale has 6 levels that define performance. The first level is labeled as poor. In this level, employee performance that is not met with great attention to detail will be destined to fail. The second level is labeled average. In this level of performance, employees are striving not to fail, but are not quite meeting required goals. The third level is labeled as good. At this level, employees have met expectations and are meeting the minimum goals necessary for the company to break even. It's good, but it's not ideal. The fourth level is seen as great. At this level, we're starting to see employees that are striving not just to meet goals, but to exceed them. This level of performance is what helps the company meet their overall objectives and begin to grow as a business. The fifth level is touted as excellent. Employees at this level are in the top 15% of their peers, and they are striving to innovate and become the best at what they do. These are the highly engaged contributors that are the most incentivized and valued by the business. They are the ones that work. Yep, you guessed it, smarter, not harder. The sixth and top level of the MOI scale is known as remarkable. The top 1% of employees who strive to do the right things first and be the best at those things. These are the elite 10X employees that are the most valued in the business and whom continuously try to duplicate themselves and develop others. We created this scale in order to measure short and long-term results and provide a comprehensive perspective for employees to understand where their current level of performance impact is today and where they should strive to perform tomorrow. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it usually takes a lot of failures to get there. However, the MOI scale should raise your belief lid in what you can accomplish. If you're able to see the benchmark performance of the top performers, you'll be able to see what's possible. You'll strive to be remarkable, as any 10X employee would.
Uh-oh. Okay, let me get back over here to you guys. All right, so we're going to do the other video. This next video is going to be about how to increase your impact, and then we're going to talk about a little bit about some of the homework that's going to be coming down the line and what you guys will have up against you. I know week 9 was hard, guys, but hang in there with us, because when we get to the 30 minutes that we're going to talk about everything, we're going to simplify week 9 down for you guys and laser focus it for you. Sean was able to do that for our group, and I was so grateful for that because I felt overwhelmed after looking at week 9. So let's go ahead and jump into the next video. Let me see here. Let me see if I've got it pulled up. Hold on. Let me complete that. All right. Let me share my screen here.
Impact. We've been using that word throughout the duration of this course, with the focus being on how to create your highest level of impact. We're focusing on this in order to help you become the 10x employee your business owner dreams of having. One that helps the business achieve its goals and objectives. One that demonstrates big thinking. One that drives innovation. And one that instills confidence in their consistent approach to being truly remarkable. Brandon Dawson talks about gaining confidence in this way. He says, in everything you do, you have to be consistent so you can measure the effectiveness of what you're doing. If you are consistent, you are predictable, and predictability creates confidence. Creating this confidence in your business owner, with your peers, with your customers, is essential to truly understanding your overall impact. It's within this confidence where trust is born. The greater the impact, the greater the trust. Thus, the greater the opportunity for you to achieve everything you've ever strived for. Now, let's talk about impact from a pragmatic perspective and how you can contribute to increasing it overall. To begin, we're going to introduce you to a concept called the 7 forces of impact. These forces were developed to help a business or person determine their overall effectiveness and level of impact. The greater the confidence the person has in each force of impact, the more effective they tend to be. Conversely, the less confidence the person has, the more opportunity there is for improvement. The delta is where you find this opportunity for increasing your impact. The first force is process documentation. This refers to creating standard operating procedures for each function in the business. From an employee perspective, this means ensuring you have documented all of your processes so that you can in turn duplicate yourself in the event it's time to move to a new role. The second force is performance measurement and alignment. This refers to creating measurable key performance indicators for each role in the business. For you as an employee, this means ensuring you are crystal clear on exactly how your performance is measured and that you're developing ways to increase your effectiveness and ensure that you're in the top 20% or higher of those measurements. The third force of impact is best practice duplication. For a business, this means providing duplicable, documented processes measured at the highest level of impact in the business. It's the cream of the crop processes, the ones that create the greatest impact. For a 10x employee, these would be your standard operating procedures. Because a 10x employee doesn't do average, they perform as the ultimate example, the best practice approach in their role. The fourth force is high accountability standards. This refers to providing the picture of success for each person and being disciplined as a business to hold their employees accountable to that level of performance. The author Simon Sinek says, "Accountability is hard. Blame is easy. One builds trust and the other destroys it." As an employee, you should be expecting and asking to be held accountable in order to help contribute to building confidence and ultimately trust. The fifth force of impact is peer-to-peer benchmarking. This force is centered around providing transparency to the comparative performance of everyone. Some employees might state that being compared to one another is distracting and doesn't instill the desire to perform better. This is small-minded thinking and doesn't allow the space for humility, vulnerability, or development. However, a 10x employee sees this comparison as an opportunity to learn from those better than them and strives to surpass those top performers in order to become the ultimate example. The sixth force is financial alignment based on impact. This refers to understanding how each person's contribution can directly impact the business's bottom line. Earlier in this series, we discussed the significance of financial integration with the business as an employee. And that's exactly what this force of impact is referring to from an employee perspective. As a reminder, there are 3 ways to financially integrate and align with the business. First, get clear on the efforts you're making and the project and tasks you're doing, the goals you're accomplishing, and find out what that means to the business's bottom line. Second, ensure that your innovation efforts are leading to effective and efficient improvements. Third, have an owner mindset. Think like an owner. If you think about every choice you make having a financial consequence, then you'll begin to make effective choices that will help contribute to the bottom line. The 7th force of impact is market opportunity. For a business owner, this means understanding the opportunity to dominate your market. This is a critical force for preparing the business to scale. Scale and dominate within your current market, scale to outside markets, perhaps even scale internationally. There are many complex factors to scaling a business, yet that doesn't mean you shouldn't inquire about the why and how of it. Prepare and ask meaningful questions that will provide you with the perspective necessary to increasing your overall contribution and impact. Essentially, you need to understand that by committing to becoming a 10X employee, by contributing, by performing at your highest level, by duplicating your top processes, by increasing your overall impact, you are helping to scale the business and ensure that the business is achieving its goals, which means you'll get to accomplish yours. This is how you raise your operational effectiveness lid as a 10X employee.
The magnitude of impact scale is defined by ranking your business and all the elements that drive success within, layered in a way that showcases the impact to your business across a spectrum. To determine where you fall on the magnitude of impact scale, you need to measure yourself against the 7 forces of impact, the elements that drive value in your business. Ask yourself, do I have the processes, motivation, and self-awareness necessary to be a top-performing contributor? What forces stand between myself and the other top-performing employees in my same position? For this activity, you'll assess your level of effectiveness in each of the 7 forces of impact by rating yourself in each area. These ratings will add up to a score that will place you on the magnitude of impact scale. From there, you'll choose 2 of the 7 forces of impact that you'd like to focus on improving in the short term and create SMART goals for each.
All right, we're back. So how's everybody feeling about that? This week, I will tell you, as I went through this and looking at that magnitude of impact scale. So we have poor, average, good, great, excellent, and remarkable. When they got the excellent, I'm like, oh, this is great. And they said, oh, there's remarkable. I was like, holy cow, there's like an extra level above excellent. I didn't even know that was possible. So as I went through and I took my, you'll see the 7 forces of impact, and you'll get to do your magnitude of impact. I went through the forces of impact are process documentation, performance measurement and enhancement. There is best practice duplication. And I can tell you that over here at LifeVantage, we have a really good system set up for duplication. Wouldn't you guys agree that? Like if you bring somebody in as a brand new distributor, we've got everything laid out pretty well for people to duplicate. So I think that's somewhere where we're really strong. High accountability standards. There's peer-to-peer benchmarking, financial alignment based on impact, and market opportunity. So personally, as I went through these, you scale it from 1 to 5, and they'll give you a scale here. My scale came out to a 25, which is great. I thought I was better than that, but I guess we've got some work to do. But that's the point of this, right? Is to help us grow, to help us 10X our lives, and to identify the places where we're strong and the places where we're weak, so that we don't focus burning up time on the things that we're good at, but to try to improve the things that we're bad at. So for me, it was very enlightening because I was able to go through, and they ask you to pick out 2 forces of impact that you can improve. And the nice thing about this for me is as I looked at it, they take it and organize it into SMART goals as well. So you can actually say, you know, is this specific? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it relevant? Is it timely? And you can see if what you're trying to obtain is going to fit into those SMART goals. So we'll get that homework up for you guys. I know Facebook has been ugly today and it has locked us all out. But we'll get that uploaded. I would have loved to have done it before we got on here. But Isa, what do you have to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, Leslie, how cool is it that this program is outlining for us what the 7 most important activities or the most impactful activities can be in our business, and allows us to rate ourselves. And so just like Leslie, when I first did this, I rated myself a little bit higher. And then when I thought about it and I went back and I did it again, I was down about like 6 or 7 points, because it just, we have to be real with ourselves and recognize where our areas of growth lie. But this is so amazing. And when you all go through this homework, I think it's amazing that you can just see, if I can look at these 7 things and know where my areas, my top 2 that I need to work on are, it's phenomenal self-awareness. So thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome. Do you want to go ahead and show that slideshow really quick? I don't know who's host. I don't know if me or Sean is. Let me see.
For the PowerPoint,
Yeah. Do you want to
we're
do that?
good. It was announcements. It's good.
Okay, we're good.
We're
All right.
good.
Does anybody have any questions on tonight? We've got like 5 minutes. Sean, Michelle, do you guys have anything to add? This one was pretty straightforward, and I think once you guys see the homework, you're going to be pretty happy that you have a week that's not as intense as week 9 was.
It's a fun, I loved taking the test, actually, not test, but you know, it's just interesting to go through it and to really think about it, because we all, you know, I shouldn't say we all, speaking for myself, going through the days and doing different things. So it's really good to reflect on, oh, okay, I need to spend a little more here and there. And just, I think what's so beautiful about all of it is just awareness, and then we all just grow together and fine tune things. And that's why we're doing all of this, is so, you know, Leslie, you're talking about the duplication, you know, aspects and becoming, you know, moving up the ranks as an individual to become remarkable, right? It's, you know, my numbers were, you know, in the mid-20s as well, and just kind of seeing it. So it's really cool, you guys, to go through. So Isa and Leslie are going to get that into one person tonight, and so you'll be able to go there, either print it out or just, you know, see it and then write it down into your notebooks or whatnot. But anything that you wanted to say on it? No. Back to you guys.
All
Okay.
right.
Les, Amy, or anybody else that's done it, if there's anything else you want to say.
Yeah, Amy, any of you guys have anything to add? Susie, Tanya?
I was just typing. It is so worth doing this homework. Every time I open it up, it's kind of like that hard thing that's waiting for me. And every time that I do it, it literally is like unlocking another door for me to walk through. And so I just am excited for you guys to dive into that this week.
And, you know, one of the things that we're always taught, you know, in network marketing is you got to show up to go up. So first of all, congrats everybody for being here and doing all the doing it. And then Carrie Dickey's always taught us from the beginning that your business will never be bigger than yourself. And I remember when I first heard that from the very beginning, I'm like, okay, oh my gosh, okay, I got to keep stretching. I have to keep trusting the process. I have to keep stretching. This is uncomfortable. I don't like this feeling. My chest is red. And oh my gosh, like all the stuff. But I'm telling you, you know, doing the do and just trusting the process and saying that you're diggity darn worth all of this to do it is worth it. And I'll just tell you, Amy, if you could just speak for, you know, 1 minute or so about last week. I mean, Amy, all these guys have been showing up and doing the do, and then she just went out at feel the fear and do it anyway. That's another thing. We were on a big 10X call with the head of 10X marketing, and he was leading us and growing us and has high, crazy, cool energy. And then he gave homework. So Amy, I don't want to steal the thunder, but if you can speak to that, and then, you know, even what happened through this week through it. And she's proof right now of when you do the do, you show up, you keep trusting the process, things are going to keep happening. Go girl.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we were on this 10X call and there's like over 100 people. And every time, guys, every time we show up on that call, I just like get emotional with gratitude for the opportunity to be on it. And I'll tell you what, being on this call is no different. It may be a different number of people showing up that are actually committed, but I just think that the power of what we are learning and discussing is no different than that call. So count yourself blessed as well to be here. But we were on the call with the Chief Marketing Officer of Cardone Ventures, and he gave us a homework assignment, and it was basically to start video messaging people. Go into your Instagram DM and video message somebody. Go into your messenger and video message somebody. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I voice message all the time, right? I use messenger and voice message every time, because like when we're posting out there, you're just casting a wide net, but you're not actually like gonna reel in the fish, right? And so I think that that's great, but the magic always happens in Messenger. And he took that another step and said to send a video message. So I did. I started sending video messages, and then I went back to him and I instantly like requested to be connected to this guy. Buck Wise is his name on Instagram. And I sent him a video message, and I know all the other girls on our call did too. And they started the conversation.
Yeah, they did as well.
They did it right away as well. And my first message, I literally called him out because he was kind of like a squirrel on the call. Like you could just tell he wasn't very focused. And so I said, I noticed you're drinking a lot of water, because he had this really big gallon thing of water that he's drinking, or like whatever. And I was like, but that would be a whole lot better with Axio. You should totally try this stuff. And he's like, I said, it will really, really help you focus, especially when you do calls like this. And he's like, focus? I need all the focus I can get. Give me all this stuff. And I said, we do biohacking. And I said, can I send you a link? Would you want to try it? And he said, yes. And he bought it immediately. All I did was ask. And he said, yes. And so I have the CMO of Cardone Ventures on Axio right now. And I'm like, my heart's palpitating. But he's a massive biohacker, and the conversation just took off from there. And it's kind of been a constant conversation all week. And guys, before I got to this mindset where I can talk to anybody, I used to be afraid to talk to people because I didn't want to waste their time. That was my excuse. I was so scared that I was too insignificant to reach out to somebody and have any value to add to them. And I want to challenge you now to erase that mentality, because every single one of you has a value add. And if you are helping solve a person's problem and you are genuine about it, they'll be more receptive to that. So that was a huge win. And then another thing on social media, guys, that just continuing this process of stepping out of my comfort zone on social media, Instagram. I have done so many things on Instagram for a long time, and I've kind of stuck with it, but I could be even more consistent. And I would encourage you to be that way, to be consistent and intentional, because I got my first customer in Italy, and she's a legit, Buck has 30,000 followers on Instagram. And I got another customer from Italy who is a model. She's from Brazil, but she's modeling and kind of travels. And she has over 30,000 followers. And she ordered everything, like everything. She was so excited. And all she did was she was searching biohacking. She started clicking through hashtags. Somebody out there was talking about NRF2. So she clicked on the NRF2 hashtag, and my content piqued her interest more than anybody else's. She started watching my silly little reels. And I know Tanya Sheldon out there is doing a lot of reels too. The hashtags matter. So she watched my reel and she laughed out loud. She loved it so much. And so she started watching all of them. So guys, just know, like, you're speaking to, think of the people you want to speak to that are searching for something. And like, there's so many good things happening. So just know that there's greatness out there, and you can be a part of it.
Yay! Let's give her a round. So it's just by doing, it's just by showing up and doing the do. She's just been showing up, doing all the, the homework, the life work, as these other ladies as well. Oh my gosh. And, she's just been showing up on social media, just in being her, doing reels, just figuring it out. You guys, just figuring it out. And trust me, I was listening and talking to somebody that's big in the whole social media world again. People don't need fancy perfect. They just want you. They want authenticity. They just want you, I mean, pure you, like fumbling around and trying to figure out what in the world. I mean, you could do a reel. I know this isn't Facebook time to be talking, but, or social media, but you know, like I heard about reels today. I don't even know what it is, but it says reel on here. So I'm going to press reel and I'm going to figure this out and then post it. I mean, how many people would love just to see that and feel like, oh, thank goodness. I don't know about that too. But anyway, I just want to, again, yes.
Can I add to that? The reel that she found me on first, this supermodel with 30,000 followers. Now she's not super, but she's whatever. She is super. It was one of my silly reels that I did one take on it. Like I took my pills and I was like, ah, and I was excited. Like that's all it took. So that is the other thing that Buck talked about, was literally just be you and be authentic and don't be perfect, because nobody wants that. So.
Beautiful and amazing. And I think the great takeaway for a lot of people was actually doing the video and then sending it. How many people do that? Simon, what's his name? Simon. Trainer Chan. Yeah, Simon Chan. He, every single year on my birthday, he does he literally sings to me in a video and sings happy birthday. So just think of those little ways of how can you stand out. And those are the things that when we become remarkable, I think what are the things that we could level up our experience of people that we're sharing the information with to really stand out. So anyway, thank you for sharing all that, Amy. Sorry, Leslie and Isa.
I just wanted to add something to what Amy's saying. This Buck Wise was talking about how we talk about how promoting is our #1 ROI in network marketing, right? #1. So is promotion. But how many of you think that promoting is just promoting to, well, we always want to promote event to event, right? But promoting is also just connection. That's what promotion is. It's connection. It's authentic, organic connection with people. And that trust is how we can form a relationship, and we earn a relationship with people. So talking about this level of impact, taking it over to what Leslie just showed you with the videos, that's how we increase impact, is through increasing trust. And so the thought of making a video of myself and sending it to people terrified me. But I've played with it on Messenger. I haven't done it with any of my Instagram followers yet, but Buck challenged us to go through your followers on Instagram. So many people count their followers, or we're looking at other people's followers, but how many of them really matter? How many of them feel like they know you? How many of them have a connection? So he said, go through your follower list and create a single 30-second video to each person. Do you guys think you could do that? Like even 10 of the people tomorrow, a 30-second video. I've been watching you. I love these stories you're posting with your kids. I love seeing that you're doing reels now, whatever it is, but it's just connecting with people and letting them hear who you are. So powerful. And he said too, guys, I love this. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. So we thought that was really awesome. So be an asset to your organization, and just connect. Always keep connecting with new people and make it be authentic and organic.
Well, we talk about that, like you all have heard me say this quite a few times now. We talk about how this business runs in 90-day cycles. He who talks to the most people is going to come out the furthest ahead in this 90 days. It doesn't matter what those conversations look like, but it's about connecting, right? The more people you connect with, the faster you do it, the faster you're going to get to where you're going. I can promise you that. So I'm living proof of that, because I try to connect with nearly as many people as I can every single day through conversations, through Messenger, in person. I never try to miss an opportunity to tell somebody about what we have, because everybody needs to know, right? So every conversation is an opportunity. And when you start to process that, you'll dive into it. All right. Are we all done with that? Are we ready to run on and look at week 9? Go backwards a minute. All right. So week 9, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't even finished week 9. And the reason I didn't finish week 9 was because I got overwhelmed. If you got overwhelmed, raise your hand. And so I want you to give yourself grace. And I want you to understand that there's going to be weeks where you just won't be able to figure out things. And it's always good to walk away and circle back around to it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But here's what I personally want you guys to take away from week 9. I want to teach you something. This is what Sean taught us. And I don't know if you all know this about me or not, but I am not a numbers person. I am not a Sean Poe. I am not a Bill Powell. I freaking hate numbers. I still count on my fingers to add, okay? So for me, this was very difficult for me to work through. And there was so much homework that I just felt overwhelmed. And when I feel overwhelmed, you're probably like me, you shut down. So that's what I ended up doing. So we took all of this information here and Sean was like, all right, let's just look at this. And so what we did was we looked at it and we said, what is the most important thing that we can take from all this? And I'm going to give you one thing. So we were talking about KPIs, what is it? I'm having a moment, Michelle.
Performance indicators.
Key performance indicators. So what you need to do, okay, this is where this week is going to really hone in for you, because guess what, y'all? I made a spreadsheet this week, okay? I made a spreadsheet on my KPIs, and I'm going to be tracking these, but I'm going to tell you what KPIs you need to find. And then, Isa, do you want to share your back office or do you want me to do it? We'll show you where to find them.
Sure. We want to show y'all, make sure y'all know where to look for these numbers.
So I'm going to go through it really quick, and then I'm going to let Isa show you where you can find this information. And this is what you want to track. And what you're wanting to do is month over month is you're wanting to show improvement, right? So the number one KPI that you need to have is how many people you have on auto ship. And so you're not always going to be at, like right now, we can't see August. So like on October 30th, you're going to need to screenshot your back office. So you're going to have those numbers, because once we roll into November, you won't be able to get September's numbers. Okay. So it's really important that you put these in, or at least screenshot it, so you'll have to go back to it. Number 2 is how many new distributors were enrolled in your organization. Number 3 is your personal volume. Month over month, how much do you have in personal volume? Number 4 is organizational volume, your OV. How much is your team doing? What does it look like? Are you growing as a team? Are you going backwards? You need to know these things. Were there any rank advancements? That's number 5. Are people rank advancing in your team? If they're not, then we need to look at that a little closer, right? And we need to tweak things. And is there one more, Sean? I know that was the top 5. Is there another one? I think that's all of them.
Yeah, we those 5. Yep.
I think what I added to my list on my spreadsheet was I wanted to track also who is earning Performance Club, and also who is getting the 5 and 500 every month. So I'm also tracking that on my sheet, so that, you know, I can send cards, I can celebrate those people in my own way. I know Sean and Michelle do that, but I want to recognize my team as well, because it's really, really important that we know what's going on with the team. So that out of all this homework, everything that you've seen, this is going to be the most important thing for you guys to learn and start to track, because this is going to let you know what direction your business is headed in. And if you're doing the right type of activities. And if you're not, then you need to find a mentor and get up with somebody and say, all right, what are you doing? How are you making this happen? You know, here's what we do. What can I do different? Or how can I enhance this? So those are things to do. So Isa, I'm going to turn this over to you. I don't know. Let me see here. I think Sean, are you still the host, Sean? Let me see here.
Nope, he's not.
I'm just going to make her a co-host. Let's do that.
Perfect. And while Isa's pulling that up, you guys, I mean, this is stuff that you're going to want to track every single month for the rest of your life. Truly, this is stuff that we track every single month. And it's, as I've shared with many of the leaders, is that this is something that's going to be so beautiful for you to share with your team as you're growing over the journey of LifeVantage. For somebody that's coming in brand new, for them to see the journey of where you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 months ago, whatever, just so they can see the progression, because we all want everybody to be like, oh my gosh, you were once there too. oh my gosh, I can do this. Okay, okay, okay. It's just like, it's so cool to see the progress of it. So really, really embrace this, guys. We're here for you.
Awesome. Yes, this is huge, guys. So it's kind of, you know, showing people your back office is putting it all out there, right? But I'm not hiding anything, guys. I'm here right with you. I am, you know, striving to grow my business and grow myself as well. So I'm happy to share this with you. But what we want to do, so when we're looking, Leslie said, really important, we do need to screenshot the number of people on auto ship, downline on subscription at the end of each month, right? Before it goes into the current month, before that switches. How many is throw in the chat, guys. I don't know if I can see the chat right now, but if you have questions about what we're doing here, here's your organizational volume. Whoop. You can click on that and that shows month over month, right? Where you are, when you're up, when you're down. Here's your personal volume. That's something that Sean, something that he taught us last week, which really stuck with me, that I was working with a distributor this morning, is if we can grow our PV 5 to 10% month over month, what that will do for us over the course of a year is a 75% growth. Take that in, guys. So if your PV, let's just say for the ease of numbers, is 3,000 a month, and you next month go for, I'm going 10%, so 3,300 next month, and that would be for October. And then October to November, I'm going to take that 3,300 times 10%, and that's going to be my goal for November. So here's our enrollments. This is where we find number of distributors that are enrolled. You can see that if you look in September, I am heavily focused on recruiting business builders, and that's how my conversations have been geared now, because people aren't going to want to join a business necessarily if they don't know what it is. So we're just telling them, they know that we are in business. They know that this is network marketing. So we don't want to hide it there. So then if we go down here, everybody, you can see I got 2 new customers this month. Super excited about that. New people being blessed. But if I just go on this drag down arrow here, I don't know why that happens here. There we go. Or drag up. And I go to the end of September. It's going to show you where I ended for the end of September. Okay. Anybody have any questions about this so far? This will show you all of my distributors, their PV, all of that. If anyone doesn't know, if you're brand new to our call, you can click on this over on the right side, this little new member report. I love this. This is what I check every day, multiple times usually, but I'm looking at who is ordering. I click on their order, their member ID. You can do this in your app as well, and I can see what they ordered. I don't know why that's happening, friends, but let me just see. Well, anyway, if you click on that, it'll show you what they ordered, and you can just follow up and then send them a message or send them a sample of something that they didn't order, right? So anyone have any questions on that? Leslie was talking about, or Marisa put in the comments, who's attending events, event registration report. That's over here on the right. Oh, goodness. All right. I don't know why that's happening, friends, but event registration report shows you who is registered for all of these. I think I need to clear my cookies. Who's registered for global, LVA, all of that. So does anyone have any questions on how to find those numbers?
Oh, I've got, so Sean told us for rank advancement, what you need to do is click downline, member summary, rank advancements, and then you just change the period of time and it'll show you the new distributors that come up there. So downline, member summary, rank advancements, and then change the period of time.
You want me to do that real quick, Les?
Yeah, if you know where to go.
Let's do that real quick. Oop. Downline, member summary.
Rank advancements. Scroll down.
Oh,
Rank
okay.
And then you may have to change the period of time
Change the period.
to September. Yep. And it'll show you the rank advancements there.
Awesome. Okay, that's great, you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So Amy put in the comments, let's become Pro 3 recruiting machines, according to Ri-Fi, our new Master Pro 10. Getting people to Pro 3, become Pro 3 machines. And I know that that's my goal. My personal goal is to get 3 team members to Pro 3 this month. So anyway, okay, what questions do all of you have? Does anyone have any questions on these KPIs? How you might be able to scale your business with your numbers and how to grow each month? Anybody have any questions?
Or just want to share?
Yeah, or just want to share what they're feeling and how this was for them.
This week was hard. I know everybody's not everybody raise your hand at once.
I would like to share briefly.
Go ahead,
If I
Johan.
may. Oh, well, I've been going through the homework and it has been tough just because I realized the homework shows me that there's a lot of places where I'm in my own way. Hey, I even need help to get out of my own way to do the action steps, follow ITT and stick to the KPI. So I'm gonna reach out to my team, Danette and Marisa, and get help. That's it.
Can I prod at you? Can you tell us one of the areas where you discovered that you needed help, that you didn't realize that was an issue? Do you mind sharing that?
Yeah, no, I don't mind sharing it all, but I definitely would have to say it was more so like the most recent one was mentors, but also following the action steps, because when it came to being effective and efficient in my business, I had to really, take 2 steps back and say, okay, no, I'm not being effective and efficient in my business. Conversations are scarce, that's on me. And also like going out and reaching out to people, well, it's different. I'm not in Canada, I'm in Florida, but hey, I can still go out and, meet anybody really. It just matters just getting out away from work and then focusing on my business, since I'm here to build a business. And it comes down to, again, being reminded to what Danette told me. Treat it like a business, it'll pay like a business. Treat it like a hobby, it will pay like a hobby. So I'm only really wanting to focus on the actions that make this a business, not a hobby. Yeah, that's where I saw that was the one area in action taking where I have to get out of my own way to make better. That's all.
That's good stuff. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Does anybody else have anything else?
Leslie, as well, I actually have something. So I'm actually pretty excited about the packs, and I'm excited about the packs because I love the products, but I love the names of them because
me too.
I was just sitting here thinking like I think my biggest opportunity is telling people what LifeVantage does, because it does so much. And so I love that it's like well-being, essential stack, energy stack, gut stack. And so it takes away some of that work. And it's just like, oh, you need gut health, you need this pack. And so I like the new packs and the names of them. So I'm super excited, but that's what I'm going into convention with, is I'm going to take away how I share LifeVantage better, because when I do it, it works. It's just, I kind of stumble over myself with the science a little bit. So I kind of am in my own way.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Michelle. And I'm super excited about those packs too, because it's simplifying, right? The best thing you can do is simplify the business so that it's understandable, not only for us, but for customers, right? Because it's really hard to explain to somebody what a vitality stack is, right? And I will tell you guys, Tanya shared last night, I don't know if you all missed it. I don't know if they recorded it. I can't, but Bob Healy training last night on social media, and knowing the right questions to ask people when you're prospecting and when you're sharing this business with them, y'all, that was straight up gold. I do have the screenshots of the actual slides I can post in One Person Big Difference. I mean, just reading those alone is going to be very impactful. So that's another thing, a tool you can have in your tool belt to help you when you're sharing this business.
That'd be amazing, Leslie. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to tell you guys, Tanya is going to be having Fry, who is the new Master Pro 10. I know some of you have heard him this morning even, but you can't get enough. Fry is an incredible man, and he's going to be recognized, as we all know, this week at convention, and he is going to be speaking in 5 minutes on Tanya's line. You guys, if you have a little bit more time tonight, I highly recommend zooming in. Take a pen and paper and write this number down. It's in the chat right now. 639-401-5127. So just log out of this and then log back in to zoom.us and type in join meeting and put in that number. Yes, he is so humble and intentional with all of his words. And he is not hypey. He is not, I mean, he just plays it out just as it is, the simple systems, and he will give you vision. He will give you extra tools. He'll give you the belief and also the excitement for what's coming this week. So it's just, there's just so much great stuff, you guys. And every single time I listen to him, I always grab something, more than one thing, but so many things. So I didn't want to interrupt, but if anybody had to hop off before the 30 minutes, I just wanted to let you know that opportunity was there.
What
and if
time
I were
is
you,
that?
I would take advantage in 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. And
Anybody else have any comments, questions? Did you find it helpful to understand what the key KPIs are and I just laid mine out on an Excel spreadsheet. I put the months across the top, and then down the side, I put the auto ships, the distributors, all that. Keep it really simple. You don't have to make it complex. Just use a normal Excel spreadsheet and just start tracking it. And you're going to see things happen and change, because when we're aware, right, we can do something about it. But if we're just going on willy-nilly and we don't have any direction, then we don't even have a goal. So goals are important, and knowing where you're at, you know, we got to reach for a target. So, all right, I'm going to go listen to Wi-Fi. Anybody else?
Awesome.
yes. Well, what do we say to Isa and Leslie tonight, you guys? How blessed are we? So good. So grateful. Thank you for your time, your energy, your expertise, your souls. Oh, just love you all so much. Big squeezes and love. And let's go support Fry. Blow up his chat. Congratulate him. Pull some nuggets to go out and blow up the rest of our month. And congratulations. I know some of you, your goal was Performance Club before convention. You've got a couple days still before that. So let's all make that our goal. I love it. I love it. I love it to front load. Okay. Certo. Yes, Gail Mitchell. All right. We'll see you guys over on Tanya's line. I'm sure she's logged in. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Telegram, I put all the pictures of the stacks, you guys, that I mentioned earlier that are going to be at convention. So check One Person Big Difference Telegram. Mwah.
Awesome.
Certo.